From the Kyle Chevrolet studio in West Des Moines, welcome to Iowa Live. I am Lou, and it is that time to check in with a good friend of ours, attorney Kim Baer at the Baer Law Firm, and talk about something that has really changed since COVID first struck so many months ago. First and foremost, hey Kim, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you, Lou?
We are doing great, and a lot of people obviously and rightfully concerned with what has happened since COVID first struck so many months ago. And people are paying a lot of attention to some certain things when it comes to the future, and that's what we're talking about here today, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's things that people like to put off, and unfortunately, they sometimes put it off until it's too late. And so what I thought we'd talk about with the viewers today would be wills and power of attorneys. Obviously, with COVID, we've had a lot of people who have wanted or needed power of attorneys because they're going to be going into the hospital and they're concerned, or they're concerned about maybe their mother or their grandparent. And so everybody just wants to make sure that they're prepared.
Okay, so why does someone need to have a will in place? Let's start with that.
Sure. So with regard to a will, if you die without a will, you die you're treated what's called intestate. And what that means is that Iowa law says that if you die and you have no will, everything first goes to your spouse. And if you have no spouse, then it goes to your children. And if you have no children, then it goes up to your parents. And so a lot of times people, maybe that's not what you want. So you want to make sure that your wishes are put in place.
All right. Now, is it a different rule if you're remarried?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, Lou. So let's say that you and I just got divorced and we have children, and then I die and I have no will. If our children are minors, what's going to happen is my estate is going to go to the minor children, and it's going to be managed by you. And if I just divorced you, chances are I don't want you managing the stuff I just fought so hard to get.
Right.
So one of the reasons why we need a will is so that we can set up a trust. And so if something happens to you, you can pick who's going to manage your money for your minor children. And then another thing that comes up is, let's say that you and I are divorced and now I'm remarried, and I don't have a will. If I die, 50% of my real estate's going to go to my new spouse, and then all of my personal property that's not exempt is also going to go to my new spouse. And a lot of times that's not what people want. Maybe my second marriage has been long term and I want everything to go to my spouse. Maybe I want more to go to my children. So you have those issues.
All right. So you can outline that when a will is in place. Let's talk about a power of attorney or a POA.
Right. So we call them a POA. There's two different kinds. One's for financial and one's for medical. And these come up not only with COVID, but maybe if you're in a car accident or you have a stroke or something like that. And they're relatively cheap to put in place. And what people are worried about is they think if they sign one that, the person they designate can go get their stuff or go clean out their bank account. And that's not true. We draft our power of attorney so that they only go into effect if a doctor says that you can't make decisions. And they can be in effect for a short amount of time or a long period of time, just depending on how much help you need.
Yeah, and it's really something that you should have in place, the medical and financial aspects of it, right?
Absolutely, and they're really pretty reasonable. I mean, if you have an attorney, give your attorney a call and talk to them. I think wills at our office start at $500, and a power of attorney I think is $100, and we usually give a discount if you're getting 2 or 3 things. So they're relatively, and we usually can turn them around pretty quickly. So they're pretty inexpensive.
Okay, and living will compared to a regular will, just a Reader's Digest version of that.
Yep, the Reader's Digest version is a living will just tells your children or your spouse what you want done. So if I'm in a coma, but there's a chance I'm going to survive, I do want X, Y, or Z. If I'm in a coma and they say that I'm going to have brain damage, this is what I want done. So it makes it easier for your loved ones to make decisions because you've already made those decisions.
Wow, it sounds like what we really need to do is, if you don't have any of these documents in place, you really need to have a conversation with your attorney. If people want to talk to you, Kim, for example, what's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
Sure, Sure, just give us a call at the office, 515-279-2000. We'd be happy to help. And like I said, we usually can turn things around pretty quickly. And we're happy to talk to you about all your options.
All right, Kim Baer, you take care of yourself, and we look forward to talking to you next time.
Okay, see you soon.
All right, bye, Kim.